Working yet, but we're making it work. Okay. Oh, hello guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to the session. I was rushing to get home so we could jump on the call. And let me see if I need to connect my headsets. Yeah, the microphone. Da, da, da. Okay. All right. So let's quickly look at the day. So yesterday was pretty interesting, right? Just exactly as I said. I was saying that I think price will come back to this point because of this gap at the open of the day, basically. I just felt, man, price will just kind of actually come in, even though the buyers was up, and that's exactly what happened. So, yesterday we entered right here, and in hindsight now, well, I'm looking like, man, since I was already having a kind of a bias that we may come back to this point. Maybe I should have just taken some money off here and, just played it safe. But I ended up coming out in profit, though it took a long time. I mean, this was like almost at the end of the market, like 9 p.m., so to speak, that I actually exited my trade. So what happened yesterday? I took the first trade here when can I hide this? I took the first trade right here when this 5 minute broke. But you can see we had this long week, another long week. And I was already having that doubt that, price may want to come back down. And price eventually did that. So at the point where we closed up below, I missed an opportunity to enter here. I can put a second entry when price closes below the 21 EMA to like a dollar cost average. So I missed this one. I think I was driving at this point or something, and my network went out. And then um, I eventually entered somewhere there. Let me see where I entered my second position. So I mean, my live account is on MT4, but I'm just using this trading view to show you guys because FBS is not connected to this, but I use it to show you guys what I'm doing. I'll find the executions. Anyway, so I entered the second position here, I believe, and that averaged my entry. If one entry is here, the other entry is here, that averaged my entry to this to somewhere around here. And then eventually when we came down here, I believe this one went up. I think I entered the third position here. So that would have brought my average entry somewhere here. Okay, so at all these points, I had to go to service again. I was in service throughout yesterday evening. So you can imagine I was checking my phone just because I wanted to give you guys a lesson that this thing will still come back up. But eventually, I think I added a fourth position, maybe somewhere here. I don't know, somewhere here, I believe, maybe somewhere here. And then, okay, this was my average entry at the end of the day. It was right. It was here, my average entry for all my three DCA trades. So eventually, when price came here, I think this was when I got home around 9:30 or so. And then price was looking like it wanted to. When I saw this white, this bearish, what would I call this now? Pin bar or something. I just closed that at beg. I've done enough for the day. At least I was in profit from year to year, which is like an 0.6% profit return. So that's what happened yesterday. We're already 10 minutes into the opening range for today. Let's look at what's happening in the market. Okay, yeah, so this is jumping up again. Let me see our total buyers. If I zoom out, one, two, three, four. Yeah, this is definitely an easy uptrend. So we still look at that as an uptrend. Let me see let me check something quickly. Yeah. So yeah. So let's just focus on the orb. Let's focus on the orb. If we break to the upside, so I think we still have higher time frame uptrend, and if we break out to the upside and this our EMA is green, then obviously that's another confluence. So basically this may be looking like an A setup, which means I'm going to go in harder than I would normally go. Probably going with like 2% of my account. So what I'm doing, I'm opening my MT4. I'm checking my uh trying to size my trade. I'm going to zoom out again, as I said, to like 1 a.m. I want to have like 1 a.m. showing on the charts, something like this. And then let me see what my position size would be. So you see, I just dropped that there. By now, you guys should understand how I do this position size thing. So if we close above, I'm going to be looking for something like that. So immediately I can quickly measure my risk. This is the point where I will go to my MT5. MT5 has this ability to show you the dollar value and all that. So I use that to measure my risk. Or if you have an idea, you can just use, okay, I use zero point 0.1 normally. For this kind of trade, maybe I'll use 0.2, something like that. So I'm checking, let me see, trying to know how much I'm going to risk on this trade. That's how many points is that? 22 points. Okay. So just give me a moment. What 39? Okay. 1% is 0.3. 2% is 0.6. 10% is 3.9. 5%. 2. Okay. Let's go with 2. So this is 1. So I'm going to use 1.0. 1.0. So the opening range is almost done. 1 minute to go. This is a good sign because we have retraced a bit. So if we close above, which I think we will, but hey, I'm not trying to predict. We're just going to trade what we see. I'm trying to reach 2%. This is giving me 1 point. Okay. 1.0. 2%. All right. So I need to use that. Opening range is done. Okay, I'm ready to execute. So all I've been doing this period is trying to get my position size. If you are using $200, for instance, 2% of your account, 1% of your account is $2. If you're going to risk 1% of your account on this trade, which is not a bad thing, then your stop loss from year to year should be $2 in your account. So as I said, MT5 has a way of, if you drag your stop loss, even though you have not placed the trade, you can see um, the dollar amount. I'm going to give you an example. Put it on the Discord now. Okay, maybe I should let me use my. Oh man, yeah, I'm recording. I'm recording, Femi. I thought I forgot to record. Let me join with my phone and share my screen. So I can show you guys. I don't want to switch. I want to join as a participant. Man, I'm envisioning the next couple of days and weeks. We're going to be having like maybe 50 people online trading because if you can if you can make 1% in your account per day, that's stress. Like I don't know what else you're looking for. Okay. Okay, so we are still waiting for the breakout. Now I'm sharing my own screen. Let me stop this one so you guys can see. I believe you can see my phone screen because I can see it here. So just want to give an example of what I'm saying on MT5 because MT5 helps me to quickly size up. So this is an example, by the way. This is an example. So let me do it again. If you check hmm, should I quickly, okay. If you look at this, my thing here, starting at the top of this, I'm just using my eye to gauge it. And at the open of this white candle and to the top of the wick, that's what we're looking for. So let me go back to that. So I put a sell limit at the wick there, which is I'm just trying to gauge the size of that stop loss thing. And this one is at the open of the candle. Yeah, you can see. So it's telling me 211 what cents, 211 cents. And let's assume I'm trying to risk $2. I'm giving an example now. If my account was $200 and I want to risk 1%, then I'll be using $2 on this account. And that's because I'm using a position size of one. So you see this icons at the top right, that red and blue box. So that red and blue box allows you to set the lot size. So you can set this to 2 and I click out, you will see that it will change. My stop loss is now telling me that that's $4. So that's what you can quickly use to gauge. I just wanted to show you that. And the whole idea is just for me to know what I'm using to enter. It doesn't affect my trade management because I may be putting an invalidation level below, depending on um where the breakout comes. Okay. So let's go back to trading view. Let me exit this one. Okay, this one thing wants to close outside though. So definitely that's a B setup. If you close it outside the range, it's a B setup. We will still enter. Yeah, that's a B setup. So we're going in. Uh, going in. Sell. Okay, and what we are basically looking for, I mean, let me just drag this down. It's still the same it's still the same 1 to 1. Can you see that? It has hit the TP. My God, hold on. Did I catch that? Yes. That's like what? 1 minute. So you can exit the trade there. Uh, that's exactly what I'm talking about here. You can exit the trade and you're done. Are you guys seeing how powerful this thing is? You guys just saw it right before your very eyes. All right. Higher time frame is up, so definitely I won't have used you know, I would have used like a medium risk on the account, which is what I did anyway. But I'm out of that trade because I know the higher time frame is up. I don't want to do dynamic sizing and all that. I think let me see. Let me just look at the 1 minute. Oh, okay. Here's the culprit. Ah, here are the culprits. Wow. So price may actually want to come back and tag. May actually be heading down for a while. Now, this doesn't affect the strategy, mind you. I'm just doing my own analysis. Okay, it may or may not come to pass, but I've seen why price quickly jumped down, especially for this one, this place right here. But I think this will be an update. Um, the other thing one can do is if price goes back and breaks above this ORB range, you can actually go long. That's one thing we could have done yesterday as well. I think I alerted it on the group. So in any case, I'm out of the trade for today, guys. So I'll see if I can have another entry. That our trade was like 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah, at this point, let me go back to the 5 minutes. At this point where I thought we were going to break out here. We didn't. We went back down. At the point where we broke out, it was here, this place. You could have entered and followed us long, followed the trend long, and you would have still gotten your win for the day. That's if you maybe you just stopped out here by mechanical entry 1 to 1. Um, Even if you did your DCA, well, I wouldn't advise entering at this point. I mean, your best entries would have been these ones. So let's see what's going to happen today. Yeah, it looks price is rejecting already. So this is what is attracting price. There's a lot of stop losses here. All these levels, a lot of stop losses down here. Let me check. Hmm. Look at that. Let's look at that week. I think there was news today. There was news at 1:30. Let's see. This is USD. It was good for the dollar. So this was 1:30 here, but it didn't really impact the market. This was 1:30 right here. Okay. So just imagine that I'm busy, I'm at work, and I have stuff to do. I'll be done for the day. I've gotten my 1% for the day, and I'm out. That's exactly how I would be running this. I don't think I have any other thing to I have anything to do for today. So let me see if you guys have any questions. If not, that's all for today. It's another win in the bag, and I'm logging this. Um, I'm logging all the trades. I'm logging all the trades. So this is 20. Yesterday was 20 what? 28. Today is
Yeah. So
29.
so so can
Yes,
you hear me, sir?
I can. Femi,
Oh,
good
okay.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Afternoon.
Yeah. So I just because really I've not been following because of work and all of that.
Hmm.
So I want to know if so this strategy only work for the what's the question now? So my question is, do we have to be online by 2:30? Like, I mean, can we only use this at this time at 2:30?
What other time would you like to use it for other sessions? It's the strategy
Yeah.
is an opening range breakout. So an
Yes,
opening
yes, yes,
opening
yeah.
range happens at specific times when the market opens. So it's tied to the time.
Okay.
This looks like a
To
market is
the
going to
time.
reverse right here. Yeah. So like this is New York opening range, and New York market opens at 9:30 a.m. New York time, which is 2:30 a.m.
Mm,
Nigeria time. Yeah. So the
mm,
only thing I can
mm,
you have to frame is that if I want to trade this strategy, I need to be available for at least for 30. Like today's one took like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 25 minutes or 20 minutes. Because
25
once this
minutes.
one broke out in just 21 minutes and you would have been done. So usually
Mm,
I'd say just allow like 30 minutes and you can be watching it. The first 15 minutes, you're not doing anything anyway. Actually, your
mm,
trade actually starts at 9:45. That's where your trade actually starts here after the range has
mm,
formed. Sometimes price will even still be dancing up before it breaks out at maybe 9:55 a.m. You understand?
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically a New York opening range strategy, and we're just trying to capitalize
Mm,
on this move. So you
yes.
have to be
Yes.
present.
All right. Okay, sir.
The other thing you can do is, I mean, I'm you can backtest this. I've not had time to really backtest. You can see I'm still logging New York. But if you check, you can
Yeah.
try it on, I know some people do it on London. Um, but I won't advise you to go that route,
That
especially when you're
route.
just
Mm,
starting with it. Yes. So New York has the most volume. And you can see that
yeah. Makes sense.
market went up, came down. See this entire volume here,
Mm,
and it's going back up in the space of 30 minutes.
yeah.
So what would happen is if you try this on London, which is 2 a.m., 2 a.m. New York time is London open, all right? And you look at the first 15
Mm,
minutes, which is this is the 1, 2, 3. So this is the range. So the trade I took, well, I didn't take it, but I would have taken it if I was not sleeping this morning. But let's see.
mm,
Um, so you see, this was the first 1, 2, 3. First, am I correct? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Price broke out to this side, to the lower side. So you would have had to look for your 100 candles. Double click that. 86, 100. So this is okay. And you would have put your trade there. Now, can you see what happened? Market just reversed and went up. So
mm.
when New York breaks out with force, and that force, even though it will still reverse, but that force will still give you your one-to-one. That's why it is
Yeah.
very because of the volume. Even if it wants to do like take this low and go up, it will break out at least enough to give you one-to-one before it reverses many times,
Mm,
many times. So London usually is just the characteristics of the session. London many
yeah.
times will try to tag Asia. So Asia session is here. Okay, Asia session was really range, and then London went one direction. The market did not really have anything to work with. Sometimes if Asia goes up, London will come down. but it's not as predictable as New York in terms of the opening range breakout. You
Yeah.
get. Mm.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, so
Thanks,
that's it.
sir.
That's it in a nutshell. It's very, very. It doesn't need any. It doesn't need any professional level of.
No,
Uh,
no, yeah.
yeah. So that's why I call it. What I just wanted to do for you guys is give you guys bread and butter. This one is bread and butter. It's just that you need to create at least that small time, and you know that every
Yeah.
day I can rake in my 1% and I'm done. If you do that in a month, I was doing some projection. Let's even assume that you lose one trade a week, which is like
Yeah.
is even let's be conservative that you don't have 100% win rate. The win rate is actually
Yeah.
like 85% and above. So I assume you win like four trades a week. That's like 4%.
Mm.
That's 4%
Yeah.
a week.
A
That's
week,
16% a month.
a month.
So you understand? And going back to the strategy I was even teaching you guys, which is what I'm doing anyway, is my
Yeah.
5-year plan.
Yeah.
I was teaching you this with the ATMA strategy as well. It's still the same thing that I'm doing
Mm.
here. So if you can make 10-50% a month on your account, um,
That's a, that's a lot.
that's that's serious money, man. Most people are not looking at it. They're not looking at it that way. If you make 15%, and it's actually doable. It's not like it's actually doable.
Mm.
If you start with that's $5,000 at the end of the year.
Wow.
That's 5x. That's it in 1 year. If you do that for 5 years, sure, make I not do it to 5 years. If you follow what me I'm doing, because I'm telling you guys that you can actually fund your account every month. Let's even assume you had $30. You save it, you add it to your account every month. That's six
Yeah.
thousand dollars. That's 1 year.
Yeah.
If you do it for 3 years, that's what we're talking about. It's mathematics. So that's what we're talking about, you know. So that's why I'm documenting this so that when I'm talking, it won't be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just giving us lambda. It's just giving us this is see
Oh,
I'm already up 15. This is risking 1% per trade. This is 15% already.
mm.
July, which is exactly what I'm saying.
Mm.
You see it. So I think we have 2 more days in July. So if I do 1%, that would let's even say I lose one. Yeah, I'm assuming that I lose one trade this week in the next, but I'm just saying that it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very no-brainer strategy, So that's it all.
All
I see
right,
trap
sir.
my other strategies I trade though. I see, I cannot help but do analysis, but this one will just remain there for bread and butter. But I want the community to start making some money.
Money, yeah,
Make some money.
obviously.
All
All
right,
right,
guys,
thank
that'll
you,
be
sir.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing, once you're able to figure out the position sizing thing, like I explained,
Mm.
uh like when the other one we're doing, you just like use like maybe 0.01 and then start increasing it. But this one now,
Yeah.
we're actually we are framing the trade based on the uh risk to reward here. So you have to know, okay, I want to risk 1% or 2%. And
Mm.
anyway, don't let me push you guys, but because the win rate is very high,
Yeah.
you can actually even decide to increase your lot size
Increase,
and use
yeah.
2-3%. I know people that do 5% per trade because yes, when you lose, yes, it's considerable, but then you are losing like 20% of it's like 80-20. So, you
Uh,
know, but at least everybody can start with 1% and see what 1% is and be making 1%
mm.
per.
Per day.
If I was using 2%, then this would be about 30 percent win for the month.
Wow.
which is even still like very reasonable to just 2% on a trade.
Mm. All
Yeah.
right, sir. Thank you.
No wahala. No wahala. I don't try for now. Don't try.
Yes,
Okay. Okay then. So I'll put this video up. I think yesterday's one I just uploaded it this morning. I'll put yesterday's one as well. But yesterday was a long day. I was like, hi, why did I enter this thing? You know. But I'll put this one up as well so you can look at it. Yeah, so it seems Price still wants to go back. Price still wants to go to that place I said. He wants to tap. But
mm,
later, I will show you guys what I'm doing here that I'm showing you. I will show you later. But later. You don't need this one to make money. But later, I'll show you. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes.